BOS on the track. what's on the track. BOS on the track. Yeah.
Back, relax, and let yourself go. Don't sweat what you heard, but act like you know. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Who got the vibe? It's the tribe, y'all. Tribe, y'all. Live, y'all. Live, y'all. Inside, outside, come around. Who's that?
Is rising. You know, brothers and sisters are speaking out. This is becoming a new rap shit. This conscious shit is becoming a new wave. Herbalists is popping up everywhere. Thought leaders, critical thinkers is popping up everywhere. You see little bitty Malcolm X's and Louis Farrakhan's running around this motherfucker rapping. So the more and more we raise this high energetic frequency, the more and more the low energetic thought forms is going to be thinking of ways to come back. This is spiritual warfare. So civil war is coming between the so-called black righteousness people and the so-called black evil people. It's coming. So for the ones that got their mind made up and can't get right, I'm just here to say this message.
Sit back, relax, and let yourself go. Don't sweat what you heard, but act like you know. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Who got the vibe? It's the tribe, y'all. Tribe, y'all. Live, y'all. Live, y'all. Inside, outside, come around. Who's that?
Shame. 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 Shame.
My God!
Shame.
I vote to bring back shame and embarrassment. Please, I beg you. I vote.
Shame.
Make sure you shame somebody today. Start your morning off right. It's going to be 83 degrees. Perfect day to shame somebody. And remember, therapy without accountability and action is just a new friend and a waste of money.
My nigga.
Shame.
2020. So I'm gonna say this one time and one time only. I'm tired of seeing y'all exposing yourselves and showing your asses on this app. It's time for us to officially bring back shame, because I think once COVID hit back in 2020, that shame shit had went out the window. I mean, let's be honest. We all went a little bit crazy during COVID, but I feel like the craziness, the mental offness is still off in a lot of yous, and we need to bring it back. Like,
Shame.
Not to sound rude, but as a society, we got to bring back shame.
My nigga.
I hope your 2024 is going exponentially better than you thought it would. There's just two things that I want to see more of this year, and I hope we have more of this year. One is shame, because people have lost all sense of shame and or couth. And I think we live in a world now where people think the more outrageous I am and the more ridiculous I can be is the more success at virality or fame I have, which is true. We've created this world where people do dumb shit and then we make them famous. Two, I want to roll back inclusion. I'm going to reintroduce gatekeeping. Speaking solely from a musical perspective, everybody now is a fucking musician. Everybody's a DJ, songwriter, the singer, and the reality is you're not. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about it. Ciao.
Shame.
You know, y'all are God toughest soldiers for real, because the way that y'all get on the internet and talk about all the dumb stuff that y'all do in y'all life, what happened to shame?
My nigga.
Shame.
Wrong. What happened to shame? When did it suddenly become wrong for allowing people to feel shameful for their actions? I've noticed that today we try to overcorrect the feeling of shame by instead acting grandiose or thinking of ourselves highly than we really ought to. See, when we can't acknowledge our shame, we act out, which causes damage to ourselves and our relationships with others. We refuse to look within ourselves and seek to outsource that feeling by doing whatever is necessary, even if it means projecting that shame onto someone else. Which is why so many of our people lack accountability today. They don't want to deal with the shame. And the result, what we see going on in the world today, there are no standards. Everyone's free to do whatever it is that they will. And if you dare try to speak against it or seek to correct someone, oh, you will be feeling the shame by the hatred of everyone around you. I feel like there's a healthy shamefacedness that would do well with our people to just keep us humble and remind us of our basic humanity. It was once a shameful thing to be a baby mama and no husband. It was once a shameful thing to even dress a certain way. I feel like a lot of the things that were once shameful in our community are now the things that we glorify and we laugh about and sing about, and it's all just to hide the shame.
Shame.
Bring back shame. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back. Shame plays a role. Shame is very necessary for a society to thrive. I promise you.
My nigga.
Shame. 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 Shame.
Shame, shame, shame. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. All right. Welcome. She said, Shame Sunday. Appreciate y'all pulling up and popping in. Y'all know what it is. I am one half of She Said. We have an abundance. Promote conscious parenting with the Harrises. But it's Sunday. And it's Shame Sunday. So welcome. I know some of y'all are over in Promote Conscious Parenting's page. If you are, hashtag Tribe Vibe and Nightbot. We'll be sure to add your YouTube channel link to the chat so we can all support each other. And if you're in my chat, just hashtag shame. You are all appreciated. Time is in the building. What'd he say? Mr. He Said and Mrs. She Said. Make it last forever. OJ's forever mine. LTD Love Ballad, Penny Pendergrass, Lights. Let's become one in between the sheets. Brothers. Well, goddamn. That's a great song selection. Nicely put together. You all appreciated time. Thank you. Dropping them jewels. Hubby is on the 1s and 2s. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for keeping shit in order. Thank you. I'm just saying. Shout out Cerebro. Saturday, y'all go over there and check out Mr. He Said's channel. Original content, good stuff. And my husband. Harmonizes in the building. Hey sis, welcome. Appreciate you pulling up and popping in. Mr. Vaughn Eric is in the building. Alaikum salam, brother. Appreciate you popping in. Man. Gonna be one today. Hey, Plain. ABC's in the building. Appreciate you, love. I went back, y'all. It's really 10 o'clock. What's going on here? Try not to keep y'all too long. Hey, Melania. Welcome. I appreciate you pulling up and popping in. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Shame Monday. And the pleasantries Red lipstick vibes.
Okay, let's get down to the facts. Pussy, I'm dripping red. Don't let.
Woo. It's getting hot in here. Welcome, sis. Appreciate you. Let's go. Let's go. Death Note is in the building. Welcome. Appreciate you. Shame, 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 shame. Y'all seen the thumbnail? Bring back shame, man. It's quite unique. Shame is a painful feeling of humiliation or distress, and it's caused by the consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. Man, it's been a year. It's the end of 2024. It's been a year. We moving into 2025. We moving in to 2025. Y'all get it? Did you get it yet? You got it? I would say we good, but I don't think so. To be or not to be, with or without a father. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to talk about it tonight. Needed and necessary, in my opinion. Breaking of cycles to see, being able to see over 3-4 generations of non-existing men, non-existing grandpas, non-existing fathers, to existing but absent, to full on day one. Like I'm just saying, it's something to see. So to be or not to be, with or without a father. Put a 1 in the chat if you had a daddy. Put a 2 in the chat. At least you knew that nigga. Put a 3 in the chat if you ain't never met him before in your life. It's unique. It's a conversation to have. Let's build on it. Let's build on it. Because there's different paths that it can take you. Just because you had a daddy don't mean your life gonna go good. I'm just saying. But the potential of it being better, more consistent, more disciplined, a little more structured, a little more help for mommy. I'm just saying. It's a blessing. He was not in my life willingly. It's a lot of that too. Conscious choices. Walking your ass away. 111. Shout out to OG Dad. Shout out to OG Dad. Shout out to my husband, man. To watch this man day one, from pushing them out, from creating them. Lots of fun. And to having them day one, man. Each child is absolutely a time of embracing intimacy between a wife and a husband, in my opinion. At least that's what we've shared. And I would brag about it to the extent that I would get the side eye like, she might be lying. Ain't got nothing to lie about. It's good man, good husband, good father. It's, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, absolutely breaking cycles. So it's just some reflection we're going to share today. I am one of those fatherless daughters. I'm number 2. I picked number 2. I knew him. It's pretty absent. That blueprint of what not to do. It's present now every day, right here. Man ain't traveled so much in life that he's traveled in death. It's amazing. So shout out to Pops too sweet. Good job. That's sweet tooth. Among other things. Milani got a 1. Shout out to all the adults who have had that father figure, that daddy in their life. It's a blessing. And it should be shared. Because there's a lot of poor a lot of poor stories, man. It's a lot of information out there. me a second. Rest in peace to my pops. The end of the month will be 4 years. 4 years since he's died of pancreatic cancer. It was quick. It was quick and unique, and a time shared with someone you really didn't know, as an adult, to be in my 40s and watch that happen and have to step in and be the guardian of my father. It's quite unique. So, I would express to people, I don't know what it would take to get there. I was lucky enough to have brothers and have a mother who didn't bad talk or beat them down. Made every opportunity for us to have that active presence. But like we say, some choose to not. But the children still have to endure that type of choice. So, we're going to talk about it today, the effects of the absentee father, us now making the conscious choice to break those cycles, attempt, at least consider, at least, because it's becoming a shame. We are seeing the effects of the absence. There are statistics, there are articles, a lot of information out there to share, as well as our own stories, and being transparent about the effects and how it's affected us in a positive or in a negative way, because in some ways their absence may have been positive. I'm just saying. To be or not to be with or without a father. I got some videos that I pulled up on TikTok to share with you guys to coincide with some of the information we're going to talk about today. Man, fathers. In my opinion, needed and necessary. I had to learn that over time. So, knowledge and wisdom, something that can grow. Maturity is something that can happen over time. That anger can turn into a lot of hate, but that hate can be followed up with self-reflection and some understanding. Because, taking that anger into adulthood is unique, and then passing it on to your children is something that's really, really possible. So we're going to talk about it today. Hope everybody is well. Welcome to Shame Sunday. I see Take Heed is in the building. Appreciate you, sister, pulling up and popping in. Great show this morning. I think you was kind of building on the fathers as well. Appreciate you, sister, preaching that word. Take heed to the message. Goodness gracious. It's our job to kind of learn from the mistakes of our elders, our ancestors. So knowing that history would be very important and crucial, right? To not repeating those mistakes. Whoo, child. I think my father's lasting words to me at the end is he at least wanted his children to know who he was versus him not knowing it all. So that was something he did. So, I guess he took that to his death and was proud of that. At least we knew who he was. And I can only speak for myself, the only daughter, 4 boys. So that's 4 men living and growing up without their father. So when I give my opinion, it's close to heart because I watched it. I've seen growth. I've seen rebellion, regression. I've seen a lot of different things. So when I look at those statistics and I started to read into it, I'm like, wow, we kind of all experienced that. The poverty, the pullback of education, the criminal activities, choosing the street. A lot of these different decisions are affected by not having a good quality father. Now, of course, all humans are not good in quality. So that selection is on us, ladies. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So let's consider that. Say what you mean and mean what you say. For me, when it comes to a man, I think that is like the key point of quality. Making promises that you cannot keep. So we actually on Promote Conscious Parenting talk about having a blueprint of what not to do. So it's a lot of things that I got from having a father, not having my father as present as most people would want in choosing a man. So all of the things that I thought were poor quality in him, I needed a man. I seeked a man that had good qualities in those aspects. Consistency, meaning what he say and says what he means, not too proud, speaks clearly and can articulate how he is moving, what's important to him. A lot of these things were very important. So I had to learn the hard way. So, it's awesome to some degree. And I'm going to give y'all a little bit of information. It's just a perspective from a daughter who had an absent father, but a lot of brothers. So I got to learn a lot and see a lot. You got TikTok up? You know me, I don't want to keep talking. I got some videos to show y'all. Some of y'all know the importance of fathers, but it's a lot of people who don't. We're in a society where we're seeing it. I hear it a lot. Women are having children on their own, choosing to go and have surrogates and IVFs and do it all on their own. Fathers are not needed and necessary, but I disagree with that. And I'm going to show y'all some stuff. What you got up there? What you got so far? I just put this together real quick, so I'm not all put together today. Time went back. A little different. It's a little different.
That's what I'm talking about, Harry. Come on, Harry.
This is a barber.
One more. Give me a high five. Come on, you can do it. Come on, no force. Let's do it. Okay, one more. High five. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now, can I have one more thing? Can I hug? Can I hug? Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now, can you do me a favor, Harry? You have a seat for me? Come have a seat. Come have a seat. Come on. You got it. You need help? We walk over to it? Yes. Come on. There you go. Good job, Harry. Good job. There you go. You have a seat right here. You're going to step into here. Yeah, there you go. Step in. Perfect. There you go. You got it. Awesome. Do you like action figures, Harry? Yes. You want to see the Spider-Man? You want to see the Captain America? Spider-Man? Okay. Here you go. Okay, Harry. Can I ask you a favor? Can I put the cape on you? Thank you. Thank you. Now, Harry, now listen. At any moment you want to take a pause and stop, just put your hand up, okay? Okay, awesome. Here we go. Put this on. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Thank you so much. I know you're nervous. Can one more high five? Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. It's okay. I'm going slow. I'm going to go slow, okay? We're going a little higher. One pump at a time. Tell me when. Stop right here. Stop. Right here. Cool. Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay, Harry. This right here, this is called a clipper. Have you seen this before? Yeah. All right. You want to feel it? You feel it. See how it vibrates? Okay. And so you want to feel it right here? Yes. That's all that does. It just vibrates. Okay. That's all it does. There's a tickle, a little bit. When I get right here, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do all this. Okay. Okay. All right. Go. 1, 2. You feel that? Does it feel weird? Okay, I got you. All right. I got you. Okay. Let's take it a little easy, okay? All right. 1, 2. Awesome. Oh, no. If you want to record from back there. I don't want you to interact with him while he's like still focused right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a unique barber. He usually cuts for children who has autism, so he has a lot of patience, gives a lot of grace. Go check him out. I don't know if you could see his TikTok name. He's not his father. I'm just saying. That's, that wasn't really intended to watch. Yeah.
Second, what you say and what you do don't add up. You ain't a man, bro.
You not a man no more?
Bro.
Off top, off the rip?
Oh, rip, bro. The second you say, we gotta go back to that. This is old school shit. You got a woman in your life and you say, yo, babe, I got this. This is getting done. We talking about black men now. We talking about, I'm gonna pull this because this is important for fucking men, black men to understand. Stop saying shit you ain't gonna do.
Yeah.
You heard? Stop making excuses. You tell this woman the first time is the only time.
I agree.
Huh? Yo, babe, this is what I'm gonna do. That's it. 10 years from now, you still doing what you said. You only say what you're gonna do one time. Ain't no excuses. Ain't no justifications. Ain't no, hey, baby, keep your fucking word. Why you saying you gonna do it then if you ain't gonna do it? Your babies ain't gonna eat tonight because you too much of a pussy? Huh? Your babies ain't gonna eat tonight because you too much of a coward? Your woman can't be protected. She can't trust that you gonna say what you mean and mean what you say. You fucking liar. What are you talking about, bro? Why is we sitting there trying to act? This shit is easy. Be a fucking man.
Right.
Have honor. Stop being a fucking liar. Don't act like you fear God, but you really fear man.
That's deep. Act like you fear God, but you really fear man. Fucking liars. My father was one. I'm just saying. So when I say that, that was something very important, a critical character for a man for me. Even if you don't say nothing, you quiet a lot, but when you do speak, it's clear, it's articulate, and you stand on your shit. You ain't got to constantly make a whole bunch of promises. You say what you're going to do and you do it. That's very important. So ladies, you clowning with a nigga who's talking shit and ain't following through, you're stupid. That doesn't work. You have to follow through with what you say you're going to do. For you to beg somebody or have to figure it out for them, and you heard how the guy pulled back, so it just takes away from you being a man. Yeah, absolutely. You're a male. It's a fucking difference. Want to hear it again? Play it again. I thought it was good. Sometimes y'all need to hear it clearly. Talk too much. You start lying.
Second, what you say and what you do don't add up. You ain't a man, bro.
You not a man no more?
Bro.
Off top, off the rip?
Oh, rip, bro. The second you say, we gotta go back to that. This is old school shit. You got a woman in your life and you say, yo, babe, I got this. This is getting done. We talking about black men now. We talking about, I'm gonna pull this because this is important for fucking men, black men to understand. Stop saying shit you ain't gonna do.
Yeah.
You heard? Stop making excuses. You tell this woman the first time is the only time.
I agree.
Huh? Yo, babe, this is what I'm gonna do. That's it. 10 years from now, you still doing what you said. You only say what you're gonna do one time. Ain't no excuses. Ain't no justifications. Ain't no, hey, baby, keep your fucking word. Why you saying you gonna do it then if you ain't gonna do it? Your babies ain't gonna eat tonight because you too much of a pussy? Huh? Your babies ain't gonna eat tonight because you too much of a coward? Your woman can't be protected. She can't trust that you gonna say what you mean and mean what you say. You fucking liar.
So think about that. Are you a liar? Do you make promises to your children that you can't keep? That shit hurts. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
You can't.
And your women don't like that shit either.
Bro? Why is we sitting there trying to act? This shit is easy. Be a fucking man.
Right.
Not easy.
Have honor. Stop being a fucking liar. Don't act like you fear God, but you really fear man. Don't act like you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stop it because I'm not gonna sign off on this interview. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna sign off on that because the energy of the whole entire conversation, a lot of what you're saying is very valid, but I can't say that I agree with the.
You don't have to. Second, what you.
You don't have to. You don't have to agree. That's the thing. Only some know. Y'all feel a lot of shit. It's a difference. One, if you agree. Two, if you disagree. Put it in the chat. One, if you agree. Two, if you disagree. Love Dorsey. Keeping it real.
All that shit is fatherlessness. You don't know what it feel like to be in the presence of a man that has some
Fatherless
authority.
syndrome, it's a
How you
thing.
gonna feel comfortable with this shit out in the world? This why we end up struggling as young ladies trying to process and like feel comfortable around y'all. I feel like a nigga trying to control you. Feel like you're trying to tell me what to do. Feel like you're trying to use your money to do. It's a lot of shit we misperceive or we take it the wrong way because we don't know what it feel like to have a daddy that say, this is the decision as a man and ain't no woman coming and put her 2 cents on it, right?
That absolutely. Absolutely. When you grow up in a single mother home or a mom who is in more control of the family dynamic, you absolutely can interpret that, have that perspective. Yes. I don't know if any of you know who Love Dorsey is, but you know, she speaks a lot. She speaks very candid about relationships with men, women, and dynamics. She's no nonsense. Yeah, we kind of agree on a lot of stuff. So, you know, I can respect her perspective on this. So let's finish listening to it. Let me see what y'all think. Got some ones in the chat. All right. Y'all felt them. Mean what you say and say what you mean.
All that shit is fatherlessness. You don't know what it feel like to be in the presence of a man that has some authority. How you gonna feel comfortable with this shit out in the world? This why we end up struggling as young ladies trying to process and like feel comfortable around y'all. I feel like a nigga trying to control you. Feel like you're trying to tell me what to do. Feel like you're trying to use your money to do. It's a lot of shit we misperceive or we take it the wrong way because we don't know what it feel like to have a daddy that say, this is the decision as a man and ain't no woman coming and put her 2 cents on it, right? Then you only seeing how a woman solves and processes and run the household. This your programming. Now flip the same shit to a young boy. You 16, 17, fully grown in your build, but you only ever saw a woman run shit. You only ever saw your mama, decide how stuff gonna go in the household. And we nurture her. So a lot of times women don't even realize all that fussing, the way you handling your son, you fucking him up. And this is why it's a lot of niggas that they not gay. They heterosexual males. They are attracted to women, but they can't stand a fucking woman. All that shit.
Damn, so it sound like a lot of y'all on here. Daddy issues much? We talk about the women. But a lot of us in our society who are now adults didn't have fathers. Not just the women. That shit affects y'all niggas too. Affects you gentlemen too. It affects men too. It looks different. Respectfully. And that's where it begins. Respecting the difference in us. Ladies, men speak, move, and act differently than us. To expect them to behave like us is foolish. Like, it is what it is. But this is the reality of having generations of women running shit. Some did a great job. Some have ran some shit through the ground. And the children had to be resilient and work their way through life, figuring shit out. Hasn't been easy. Has not been easy. So it's our job to share, break the cycles, change the dynamic, give our children a better foundation than what we had. So we know what it looks like. We see the outcome. We know the effects of it all. Ain't no guarantees. Nothing's perfect. Children fuck up even coming from a 2-family home. But the dynamics is less. The statistics are lower. The chances are lower. Fathers are needed and necessary. I got another video. Of course I do. Absolutely. See, I don't like Charleston White, but he has something good to say.
Develops a child as an angry kid. Long before a kid gets angry, they feel hurt. So we hurt in the beginning. But before you hurt, you feeling unloved. The absence of a father in any child's life leaves a child hurt, but ultimately develops a child as an angry kid. long before a kid gets angry, they feel hurt. So we hurt in the beginning, but before you hurt, you feeling unloved. The absence of a father.
The feeling of being unloved. Can you imagine what that does to one's self-esteem, self-worth, behavioral issues? Oh man, the list can go on and on. But that anger turning into hate, it's real. It's absolutely real. Being conscious with raising children is real important. I mean, and we stress it over and promote conscious parenting because both parents are needed. Both parents are needed and necessary. But fathers have been pushed away, given a stereotype of just not being present and docile. We don't need the input of daddy. They're silly and dumb. We was watching this when our children was young. Ashanti is 24 now. So when she was young, all the shows they would watch, like having to give them context to it all because it was so foolish. They didn't have that type of daddy at home, And even still now, having conversations with Madison about her father's role, it's unique. They're threatened by his tone because he can get stern with a voice. Shit is amazing. And he'll do all yelling and all of that. That's mommy. That is me. Mommy is the one that's, yelling to get things ready and hair and teeth and all that kind of stuff. So if daddy got to come in and say something, to hear the child expressing like that, daddy got to come in behind you, it's like, so what's the fear? Like, is he going to hurt you or something? It's just his presence.
Oh my God.
I say, because, he's not going to whoop on you or nothing like that, right? So it was just amazing to hear. So like, shit, I might have to use that. I'm going to go get your father. But they don't give me trouble like that, so, we good. Oh, my goodness. It's amazing. Have those conversations with your kids and find out what they think about you. Because they might surprise you. They might make you cry. They're going to be honest until you show them that they cannot. If you cannot handle your children's honesty, they're going to learn very quickly to lie to make you feel okay. Don't do that. Okay. Oh my goodness. What y'all think about Charleston White? What he said, that turning that anger into hate. I was absolutely that little girl. When I reflect back, I didn't even like people to look at me. If you looked at me too long, I'm going to chew your ass out, ready to fight anywhere, on the train, on the bus. I had such a temper, but I was still so kind. It's like amazing how the personalities would switch. If I'm alone or if I feel in a, growing up in New York City, you're always on protective mode. So if I'm by myself, the stare of someone, anybody saying something, to me, I would be quick to bring that energy right back. So, it was unique. And it absolutely stemmed from that feeling unworthy, the lack of self-worth, to be walking around in a world where people are, you're so pretty, you're so pretty, you're so pretty. And your father don't, he says you're pretty, but where he at? Where he at? He ain't coming to get you, ain't coming to see you. What's going on here? Like, that gives a whole different mindset, right? You say you love us, you say this and say that, but you're not here, you're not coming to get us. You seem, because if you're not around, it means you don't care what's happening, in our lives. This is the context that a child is going to get. You don't care about me. Even if you don't have a parent that's telling you negative things, you're still going to get some negativity out of it. So what A-Team says, so all my husband had to do was give my children a look. Yeah. Yeah, that's an awesome look. Shout out to hubby for the look. Yes. That lipstick vibe. The vibe's always positive. My sister in the building. Welcome, sister. I love my sister and I love the transparency. I love OG Pops. Love to know that the sister has such an awesome dad and always so willing to share.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
OG dad.
Yeah, honey. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
You're a lucky lady, I have to say, you know?
Yeah.
I always say I just wish I had a little more time with him, a little more time.
Yeah, I'm blessed. Definitely blessed with the relationship I have with my dad. You know, being the only girl. So, I was daddy's little girl, little princess.
Only girl.
So, we have that relationship, and then, throughout the years of helping my dad take care of my mom when she was sick and everything. So that also kind of changed our relationship as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm truly blessed to have my OG dad. I tell you, when I look at the state of the young ladies today and I can point out situations where I'm like, if she have had a father, you know what I mean? If they would have had their father, you can just point out things that you see, and you see the importance of having a father in your life. And we always talk about, the boys need their dads, their boys need their dads, but us ladies, we need our fathers too. We need our fathers too. So
I agree. So imagine little girls, because we go to school, right? We get indoctrinated, you get friends and things like that. And I come across a friend like you who has an awesome daddy, and I have none.
Yeah. Oh,
You imagine?
well, look, I got, and it was kind of, well, of course, I went to private schools and stuff, so majority of the vanilla people had their fathers, right?
Oh,
So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
okay. So that really wasn't a thing, but it was interesting that but the scenario that you presented was more in the church. A lot of the young ladies and the young people didn't have their fathers there, and so it was an awkward situation when you see them not having that, and they looking at me and my father's relationship and envy and in jealousy, So it there were some interesting situations that happened. I got a lot of hate because by me being the daughter, and I got a lot of I guess special treatment, you would say. So I got a lot of flack for that, and
Daddy's girl.
you think you all that because that kind of thing. So yeah,
Shaming you for having a daddy.
yeah, it was interesting. It was it was
That's unique. I mean, 47. Oh my goodness. I don't even think I can count a handful. And I've had at least, 20 close, from elementary school up to early adulthood before I met my husband. Like less than a handful of friends with their biological fathers and, that type of bond. So shout out to the few, less than a handful of friends who had their daddies. Shout out to them daddies. I appreciate y'all. It was awesome for me to see. I've never had that, jealousy or envy. I always envied it in a positive way. Looked at their relationships and said to myself, when I have
right.
children, you know what I'm saying? Like I want my children to adore their father like that, especially my daughters, to adore that. I never want to step in his competition or, try to be a wedge in between that, regardless of what transpires with me and that man. I wanted to always have that open space for them.
And the one thing I'm I'm blessed to know, like, it, no matter what age I am, that bond has never been broken. You know,
That's awesome.
because sometimes we look at it like, oh, it's when they're small, when they're teenagers. Yes, you young adult. Okay,
Yeah.
man, you grown now. You don't need no daddy. Like, no, I'm still daddy's little girl, no matter what. No matter what. I'm 49 years old now, but still,
Don't stop.
OG dad is OG dad, and I'm always gonna be his bubblehead. Don't ask me why he calls me that, Jesus. I don't. That's a whole nother. Always gonna be his bubblehead. So and it's like the older you get, the bond is stronger. I guess it's the cycles of life. When you're going through the different cycles of life. So um he's been where we are trying to get. So when he speaks, it's like, okay, let me get my pen and my pencil and my paper.
Right.
And it's like a lot of times when we're like talking on the phone, or when I was in Baltimore, I will record our conversations.
Right.
Because when he's speaking, the wisdom and the knowledge is coming out. That's why I can't understand why the young people like, y'all don't hear it. I'm listening with my ears perked because I'm trying to get where they are. I've never been that age. I've never been through that. So I want to listen to the wisdom and knowledge that's coming from the people that are older than us, from the elders. And that's why I can never understand why the young people just, they have such a disdain to just even listen to, us or people that's older than us. You old people don't know what you're talking about.
It's unique. 18 chimed in. What she said? Yes, I was that child also. Now I could care less. That didn't want.
Dad didn't want to bother with mom's foolery.
Okay. I hear that.
Right.
It's foolery out here. We don't be talking about it, but it happens.
It
My
happens.
children used to say, "Mommy, you are afraid of daddy too."
Okay. All right. Yes, the whole house, baby. Okay.
Nah. I respect daddy. I'm not afraid of daddy. I absolutely respect that.
Well, that goes back to like like in the old days, like when granddaddy said something, everything got shut down. You know what I'm saying? So it was that level of respect that everybody in the family had for the patriarch. But now it's not like that anymore.
Yeah. Well, sis, it's a lot of triggers when you just ask a simple question. The girls cry when asked this simple question.
Oh boy.
Simple question.
Were you raised with your mom and father?
I was hoping this question wasn't asked. Mostly my mom, but as far as father figure, there were so many, and I'm not trying to put my mom out there. So, mom, if you see this podcast, I am so sorry, and I do love you.
Hey, she loves you. She loves you, mom.
It was just so many.
Even though you was in the streets.
No, she wasn't. My mom's dad wasn't in her life, and my dad wasn't in mine, and so.
Get her a tissue. Get her a tissue. Moms turn their daughters into women, and they turn their sons into adults. Fathers turn their daughters into ladies, and fathers turn their sons into men. The reason why is because fathers instill chastity into his daughters, which then makes her a lady. The reason why is because fathers instill discipline and decisiveness and integrity into his son, which turns him into a man.
I detect no lies. I detect no lies. He's absolutely right.
Damn, triggered from a question. That's something.
Well,
Yeah. I hope she reflects on that.
I think the
like,
trigger.
you never want to give that to mom, like how quickly she was.
Yeah.
To be like, I had many of role models. Like that's it's dangerous. What you was gonna say, sis?
I think I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. Because I saw this episode, the part when she kept saying they were many, you know, and that's I hate to say it, but a lot of mothers do that to their children.
Many men, many men.
I can't, brother. You know what? Time out, brother. On the turntable, you timed out for 5 minutes. I mean, but they do that to their fathers. They do that to their children. They have man after man just revolving in and out of their children's lives. Every 3 weeks, every other month, there is a new father in the house. You got to stop that. You have to stop that.
Mama gotta have life too.
But you don't have to incorporate your children into that mess unless y'all getting married.
That's all she know.
That is crazy.
I didn't know nothing. I was stupid. I was foolish. I was lying to myself.
Why every man you date has to come into your house with your children, eating up their snacks and fruit cups and stuff? And you talk about this. But he come, if you bring a new man in the house, but he can't chastise them though. Don't you say nothing to my children. You ain't they daddy. Well, which one is it? Is it they do daddy or they ain't the daddy?
Damn.
See,
you can only be the man and play these roles in this house when I say how I say.
Right.
Everything's conditional.
Get out of here with that. I don't got time. But he's absolutely right. The difference between the raising of the children with the mother and the father in the house. So especially coming from my perspective, that when he said that the father instilled discipline and chastity, that is so true. Because let me tell you, if you have a level of respect for your father, I would say even fear, not fear that he's gonna kill you, but fear meaning respect and honor of your father. You don't want to do nothing that's going to make him look at.
Yes.
So, because that's when I talk to people and I tell them, about, especially, when they talk about the whole body count thing, I was like, man, I was too afraid to make my father disappointed in me. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't out there slinging and winging and legs open, because I was afraid of what my father would think of me.
I was afraid of creating life with a sorry sucker.
Okay, that's that too, sis. But but I'm just, to his
He's
point,
a sorry sucker.
But to the guy's point, that when you have that respect and honor or AKA fear, it instills those things in you. So that's another reason why fathers are important in daughters' lives.
Yeah. That chastity thing. I remember I tell my mother this story. She always got to tell me about my age, but I was probably about 5 or 6. There was a birthday party and we're all in attendance. It's a family event and things. My mother and father were separated at that time, but he would pop up and pop in. And when he came in, I was like kind of sitting on my uncle's lap and he had a fit in the party. Stopped the whole party, did some yelling and carrying on. It might have been some tussling and all of that, and then took mama out in the hallway and they had some words back and forth like it was a problem. So it kind of stuck out in my head that it wasn't okay for me, his daughter, to be sitting on any man's lap, in between any man's lap, hugging up on any man, So I agree. Like that was instilled, even though he wasn't a present father.
Yep.
Amazing. Yeah. To reflect on that stuff. Yeah.
So I agree with what he said. He said it right.
Oh, mama was a hoe. Harmonized. Ooh.
You were his whore.
Oh,
damn.
no.
Damn, mama. Jeez. Some wasn't. They was just using them for what they could, because men are gonna be, like you say, you put them in the what? Friend zone?
In the friend zone.
They
Yep.
just didn't have a term for it. Like, this is my friend I can get rides from. This is my friend I can get this from. And I ain't do nothing. But the day you want to do something,
Oh, those are right there, baby. Okay.
hello, thank you, ma'am. Let me talk to you. A-Team said, I don't believe in bringing men to the house. Gotta know me
Yeah.
outside the house. Absolutely. You
Fuck
get to
no.
know me outside the house.
And I'm
Yes.
gonna stand on that.
Okay.
And they can get in my DM. You can get in my DM all you want every day.
I know that's right, Boosie.
Yeah. Wasn't playing that game. From the first pushing out of the first girl, I was like, if anything ever happened to us, we not together. I ain't bringing nobody around our kids.
Exactly.
It's a no-go. Sorry. A-Team, I was afraid of my dad also. I wasn't. I was the little girl with the anger turned to hate. So when I met my husband, I was still at the hate point. He kind of helped me through. Salute. Alonzo Hall is in the building. Welcome, sir. Appreciate you pulling up, popping in. When I first met my husband, I was still at that stage. So he is absolutely the light to that relationship with my father, growing and developing into, something a little more, It never could be what I fantasized, of course, We're fantastical, we're women. But it was something, you know what I mean? Something more than what I had as a child. And I'm grateful for that, at least what I got to get. So I take it. Again, that blueprint of what not to do. Drink water. Yeah, we ready.
Yep. Take 2 steps forward if you grew up with your father in your household. Take 2 steps forward if you grew up with your father actively involved in your life. Take 1 step forward if your father provided emotional support. Take 1 step forward if your father supported your educational or career aspirations. Take 2 steps backward if your father created a toxic environment at home. Take 2 steps backwards if you had to be the man of the house. Take 2 steps backwards if your father's actions negatively impacted your sense of self-worth. Take a step forward if you could call your father right now. Take a step forward if your father demonstrated love and affection continuously. Take a step forward if you had regular, meaningful conversations with your father. Take a step forward if your father provided emotional support and guidance. Take a step backward if you felt neglected or ignored by your father.
If you just look around, you'll just see how each of us had different relationships with our father. And the purpose of this was just for the world to see and for each other to see like how we all come from different circumstances. But nevertheless, we all are successful. We didn't let us having our father there or not having our father there impact or affect how we chose to grow as individuals and how we chose to make things happen. Because some people, they'll look at it and use that as an excuse. Like, I'm still back here and you guys are all the way up there. But it didn't change how I look at life. It didn't change my outlook on myself and my self-worth. So I do want people to do this exercise and take this exercise and use it and look at it like, okay, if Milan had the circumstances and she still became successful and she still look at life and she's still optimistic about everything, I can do the same thing too. If Alex was able to create good energy and grow a multi-million-dollar brand without his father, I can do that too. It doesn't negate the fact that he probably feel a certain way about his father, but he didn't let those feelings overpower and overshadow him from becoming the man that he is today. So that was the
Yes. That was good. That's good.
Yeah, that was a good experiment.
I mean, and it's eye-opening because a lot of those, I agree. I may not have, a whole bunch of zeros in my bank account, but I absolutely feel successful in my life. So many ways, so many paths I could have taken, but my conscious choices and the maturity that I had guided us here. And we're here now. And I'm glad I went this path, but I needed that blueprint in my life. I guess I needed to see a poor quality man to be able to really see a good quality man when I saw him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely. How we carry ourselves is often a reflection of the impact of fathers.
That's true.
And mothers. They both impact us equally, and some even more so if who was more present, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
A lot of the blame with children, when they fuck up, screw up, have poor lives. If there was an absent father, a lot of mothers would tend to blame that fact. But the fact is that you were the present parent.
Right.
Now, it may have been harder not having that person around, but you still had the responsibility.
Yeah.
Time is in the building.
Hey, Tom.
Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back. You are the daddy. So, do we get this dynamic? Men don't lack emotion. Like it's just amazing. Stop living in that script. It's so untrue. They're human beings. They show an abundance of emotions. You just maybe not be worthy of fucking getting to see it. I'm just saying.
That's the part. That part. They just and they don't show it the way you want it to be shown.
Yeah.
They're not women. They're not going to show it in the way that you think they should. Like, stop that projecting.
It's amazing.
Now y'all got me up all in here, teary-eyed. Now cut that out.
Yeah. And it's
my goodness.
emotion, and I'm sure it's different, You remember those. I don't have those memories personally.
Yeah.
And I would ask my mother, like, do you remember that? Like, would I be like, where's my daddy? Like, my daddy.
Oh, yeah.
In his later years, I call him John. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even call him daddy. Out in the street, if I saw him down the street, like, I wouldn't be like, Dad, like, that's never. It'd be like, yo.
Oh,
Child. Laugh about it now. I tell you, I could be a comedian telling you about my pain. I swear. Laugh at my pain. Who did that? Was that Cat? That wasn't Cat. That was Kevin. That was Kevin Hart. I said that would be a great title. Just talking about myself. I had y'all cracking up. Shit, it's real.
I definitely was the little girl at the end. Like, that's my daddy. My daddy is not your daddy. It's my daddy. Don't touch my daddy. that was me.
Yes.
I was with him. Look, if I had a chance to be with her, I was that girl. I remember when I was little, I would get up. My dad would get up like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I would wake up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning just to see my dad walk out the door and go to work. I was that. And it's crazy because even to this day, we text when he gets up to go to work at 5:30 in the morning. We like, if he don't text me by 6 o'clock, oh, I'm calling.
You all right?
That's
a beautiful thing. Goodness gracious. Yeah, men are emotional creatures too. And I would just suggest for adult women who have not had the presence of their father, ask your mama, get some answers and go from there. Don't have a fantastical idea of what that relationship is going to be in the future like, because it could never be what I have fantasized about. Could have never been. Yeah. The reality of it all was totally different. It was totally different. But learned a lot.
I can say about for the emotions though. I've seen my dad, get emotional in a way because especially like being at church, be doing the prayers and stuff, and you get a little emotional stuff. But I think even when my grandmother, my grandfather passed, I've seen him like a tear would just fall down from his, his eyes.
Mhm.
But it's when my mother passed. It's the first time I've ever seen my father scream out in agony.
Right. Yeah, that got to be something to see.
Now that shook the earth when that happened.
Tom chimed in. He said, my pops show emotion, but he showed it more to my sisters than he showed it to me. But the funny thing is, I was never looking for that emotion because he always had me on point. Yeah, it's a different relationship.
Different relationship. Yeah.
Like he treat his daughters.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely different. Yeah.
Totally different. Yeah.
Punching my boys in the chest, but I'm not gonna punch the daughter in the chest,
Right.
Put on the lap, spank a butt if I have to. Y'all about to make me call my daddy. You should.
Okay. Like I'm already. I just text mine because it's 9:30. He's supposed to be calling me and tell me good night.
Mhm.
Text me yet.
Love that y'all can do that. It's beautiful. Yes. Amen. Goodness gracious. Time is short. Fathers are always needed.
Always. Oh. Ooh.
These are our kids.
Come on. I'm not ready to go to bed. Come on, I gave you an extra hour. I said no. It's not.
You still
You want me to take your iPad away? No. Okay, well it's time for bed. No, not going to bed. No. Come on.
That's a lot of no's.
Come on, I gave you an extra hour. I said no. It's not time for bed. Chill out.
Child.
Will somebody look at this?
No.
Come look at this.
And I'm gonna stand on that. Okay. And they can get in my DM. You can get in my DM all you want every day.
Child, ain't no way.
I said no. It's not time for bed. Chill out. It's.
Oh, yeah.
No, he did.
Yeah, absolutely. He did. He did.
No.
You want me to take your iPad away? No. Okay, well it's time for bed. No, not going to bed. No. Come on. I'm not ready to go to bed. Come on, I gave you an extra hour. I said no. It's not time. I gave you an extra hour. I said no. It's not time for bed. Chill out. I said no. It's not time for bed. Chill out. No. It's not time for bed. Chill out. It's 9 o'clock. I am 12 years old. Stop treating me like a baby. I am 12 years old. Stop treating me like a baby. I am 12 years old. Stop treating me like a baby.
I'm 12. And how old is he? 10? 13?
That's crazy. No.
What's going on here? So, see.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
This is horrible. Oh,
Yeah.
don't treat you like a baby. Oh, so that means you're gonna wash your own clothes. You're gonna cook your own dinner. You're gonna go, get a job. This is crazy. But this is what a lot of parents have to deal with today.
I've been seeing a lot of those videos lately.
You see how the kids are sitting on the other side with daddy? Our children used to watch Super Nanny and stuff like that with me. Those were my reality shows of choice. So they would be like, oh my God, I couldn't even see us acting like that. Daddy would do this. Like, I know you would put us on punishment. You would do this. Ma'am, cut the freaking Wi-Fi off. You got to be kidding me. That is the simplest thing to do when it comes to that. Devices and shit, you hook it to your phone and just turn it off.
Indeed.
That'll fix that. They can go crazy all they want, neighbor, and what we think they're gonna do. But it is becoming a point of addiction. So they are in fear of what their children would do if they don't have this shit.
They don't want to deal with the tantrum.
Tantrum? They'll fall asleep. How long you gonna scream and yell and have a fit? Until that tantrum, is going to turn violent to us? Oh, shit. We really got a problem. But that's where we are. That's where we are right now with these goddamn kids. But let's see the father. Let's watch the rest of this.
I just noticed
Let's
that.
go.
We're
We're not going to bed. Can you hear her?
Let's
No.
Can-
We're not going to bed. Can you hear her?
Let's
No. We're not going to bed. Can you
There's
hear
two of
her?
them.
No. We're not going to bed.
Oh,
No.
I'm waking up. Oh,
Okay,
no.
fine. You can have one more hour. You go to bed. Yeah. You can have one more hour. You go to bed. Yeah. You go. Have one more hour. You go to bed.
You go to bed.
First of all, see.
These two gotta eat. It's kind of back and forth. I'm just saying.
Like that. Oh my God. Did you know, like, all my teeth would be on the floor by that time?
Listen. I've watched it in other homes and be like, yo, what? Are you kidding me? You ain't hear what your mama just said?
How?
What? Information man is in the building. Welcome, sir. Appreciate you pulling up, popping in. This is crazy. But I love the man's face on the other end, like just watching, like his kids is watching, like, yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, I'm
like, wow, they do that for real?
She said, I just got off the phone with mine an hour ago. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the fathers. Shout out to the sisters who still got their fathers. Shout out to the brothers who still got their fathers. Love up on your father. Let him know how much you appreciate him and his guidance and whatever he was there for. And if he wasn't shit, let him know thank you for being the blueprint of being no good. And I'm going to make sure I don't follow your footsteps. That's all I'm saying. We breaking cycles over here. It is a damn shame.
Shame.
Somebody need to put these parents in course correction with the Harrises, because good Lord, that don't make no sense. Them kids is directing shit. You go to bed, mom. She said, I give another hour. Another hour? You already gave them an hour. Their brains are fried. Harmonize. Set flying. That's crazy. Their brains are fried right now. Look at him. Like, that's crackhead. Yeah, your kids are crackheads and they ain't even smoking crack. What Tom said? He said, I don't paint my fingernails what color like Dwayne Wade. I'm definitely not Will Smith. I never chase a woman that has no respect for me, let alone try for a woman that doesn't honor me like I honor her. These kids is just out of control.
I'm 12 years old. Stop treating me like a
12
baby.
years old.
We're not going to bed. We're not going to bed. Can you hear her?
Let's
no. We're not going to bed. No. What do you not understand? Okay, fine. You can have one more hour.
Man.
You go to bed. Yeah, you go to bed.
See, she gave in. Okay, fine.
No.
You can have one more
Go
hour.
to bed.
Okay, Dad. Okay.
No. Go to bed.
Okay, Dad. Okay.
No. Go to bed.
Okay, Dad. Okay.
That shit's sexy as hell. I'm just saying.
Okay. I'm just
You want me to
saying.
take your iPad away?
I don't know. Yes, it is very.
Don't have to dominate anything. You ain't got to whoop up on them. You know.
Yeah.
None of that. I was quite excessive with our first child to going to sleep. Like, you gonna take your ass to sleep. Goddamn. But I got some guidance from the father, and thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We got better along the way. But yeah, just that simple. It's time for bed.
Like my dad, because you see my dad. Y'all seen OG.
Mm-hmm.
He's not very loud and boisterous or whatever, but it's something with that fatherly tone that you just listen. Like he never had to like scream and holler or whatever.
Mm-mm.
It was just that sternness, and you just follow through what he said.
And it ain't no perfect. There's no perfect mother, no perfect father. There's none of that. We just got to try to be better. That's it. Just
exactly.
Be better. If you had a good one, then mimic that and try to be better. Like
better. Exactly. Yeah.
It's no joke.
Yeah.
But I have some effects I wanted to talk to y'all about. So, National Center for Fathers, it says that children are more likely to be poor, okay? Be involved in drugs and alcohol abuse, drop out of school. They are also more likely to suffer from health and emotional problems. I put a lot of links in the Promote Conscious Parenting page, a couple of articles with a lot of information about both sides, fatherless sons, fatherless daughters, the effects, and they're significant. So, just have a look at some of those. Girls, we can deal with some abandonment, low self-worth, low self-esteem, rejection, identity problems, trust issues, intimacy issues. Yeah. Boys, low self-esteem, behavioral problems, academics, low academics, relationship struggles, substance abuse, they have a higher likelihood of criminal behavior. They lack positive guidance, role models. They grow when it in the stages of growth and development. So all of that is going to be lacking because they don't have any father to model the behavior. We say we want this and that, and men supposed to act like this, but who are they modeling if it's only a woman around? And sometimes it's an abundance of women. You got mommy and auntie and grandma, and there's nothing but women around. How is this child supposed to model being a man if there's no men around? It's kind of hard.
Yep.
So we have to consider that, ladies. You got an abundance of boys. Find mentorship, church, people you can trust. Make sure they ain't predators. Goddamn, look at the sex registry. It's national.
She said mentorship, not whoreship. Okay, it's a difference.
Okay, right. Not every stepdaddy in the world just bring them on in and say, "Here, mentor my child." No, we're not going to do that. It's not a good look. Self-proclamating, self-care, lacks discipline, lacks structure, lacks consistency, lacking of accountability, blames other, and has low motivation. These are poor qualities of a man. This is poor quality of sperm. Do not allow it to enter you to create children. It's not going to make them better. We have to be very conscious about what we're doing, ladies, and who we're opening up our legs for, because we create lives. And it's very detrimental to have a good quality father for these children. And it ain't no magic science to it. But if we can now teach our young girls before they start having sex, before it already begins, have this dialogue, this context, this information, it makes them better prepared for the future that's going to happen. We know what happens when they turn 11 and 12 and 13 and they go to school. The hormones, the change in what they feel and what they think, like the influences of others, all these things happen. So we can't be ignorant to it and not give them the information, let them continue to be misguided and misinformed by the media and social media and television and movies and their fucking friends and the idiots that's out here in this world. Be that guiding light to give all the knowledge. It's so many books out there. We can no longer say that raising children and doing better does not come with a book. There's a lot of books. It's a lot of documentaries, a lot of information out there, articles, plenty. Do the work, because their lives depend on us. They depend on us for all of it. So that's where I'm at with that. What you think, sis? She called my father.
Button. Yeah. I agree with a lot of it. And then I believe I had looked up when I was looking up some information on suicides. There's also a higher rate of suicidal tendencies and suicide with children that do not have fathers in their life.
Yes.
That's another statistic that is very important.
Yes, this is true. This is true. So when we hear, since we've been on this space, I've always heard it, but to hear it so much in abundance on this space, women promote and, advocate for raising children without a father, two mothers, 2 fathers and no mother, like all of this, it's gonna have lasting effects.
Exactly.
You know, time checked in. Let me see, because I can't see it there. I can only speak for myself and how me and my siblings will raise me too. And we can never have a tantrum like that because pops will never allow, let alone talk to mom Dukes that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't imagine that. And our father wasn't even present, and we didn't behave like that. I don't know. It was different. I mean, they whooped our ass. Was it that
Right.
simple? You understand? When I look back, yeah, I got my
Mhm.
ass. You pop off at your mouth, you might get your tooth knocked out. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
You
Mhm.
roll your eyes and just those simple things were things that was checked instantly. And if
Instant.
you repeatedly did it, yeah, you might get popped. I mean, and in front of everybody. It wasn't even the pain of it. A lot of it was more of the embarrassment.
It was the shame, sis.
It was the shame of it all.
Shame of it all.
Shit
Yeah.
is deep rooted. Don't do that. Don't act like that. You're making me look bad.
Mm-hmm.
She said I wouldn't be able to.
Oh my God, bro.
I wouldn't be able to finish the sentence. Yeah. And me being the baby of the 2 boys, I got to watch that. So I saw those, you pop off at the mouth, you're gonna get popped in the mouth. So I kind of learned
Right.
from
Yeah.
watching the food do shit. So I got less of it. It didn't take a minute for me getting spanked though. I'm just saying. Trying to hold it down. I'm just saying. Wish it could have been a better kid if my father was around and he was conducive to the situation, but he was not. So
Mhm.
joke, man. Kids, we put our parents through some stuff. That's another thing you need to reflect on too.
Mhm.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Something about that smooth boss in their voice.
No, something
Bass
about the smooth
voice.
bass in there.
Let me find me a good black man. I'll be damned.
I mean, because we know as the
I never
parents,
fight over
me
man.
personally,
But
I
you let
can't
me have
speak
a
for
good black
everybody.
man and the bitch can't say shit to me because she will get her ass kicked. I don't play.
Good, that's right.
You let me
That's
find me a
right.
good
I
black
don't
man.
play.
I'll be
Yeah,
damned
like
if
I
I
would
let
tell
it
the
go anywhere.
kids.
I always said I never fight over man.
That's true. And I think what it is, I know this man. I knew him before the children came along. I watched him love them in my belly. I watched him, love them while they little and all of that. So when he has to yell at them, like, fuck it, nigga, yell at them goddamn kids.
Okay.
I ain't threatened. And I used to have to tell them that. Be more threatened by me. I'm the spanker. I'll spank you. He ain't got to spank you. All you got to do is come and say a word. If it's needed, he will. But they're more threatened by him than me when it comes to that. You know what I mean? And he ain't even a spanker. So it's amazing, but we always have dialogue with our children. I've always had those conversations and made them very aware that their father is who keeps me tamed. Because I'll pop off quick. They girls, so if they act up and you think it's a joke up in here, we can throw hands, And that's when they was little, just to warn them, like, y'all gonna get big one day. And I hope you don't test me like that. I hope you don't disrespect me in that way where
Right.
we're gonna have to woman up. Because as men, that's what men do. And I wanted to point that out. Like, we're women. I'm never gonna allow you to just disrespect me. You don't see me disrespect my mom like that. So I won't allow you to do that. You know what I mean? I'm not teaching you that by y'all watching me with my mother. You understand? So to some degree, it's indirectly teaching when they see us, cohabitate with each other, as mother and daughter. You know what I mean? So if they see us in conflict and fighting all the time, like that's
Right.
kind of what they're gonna think is okay,
Mhm.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
And
So
then
we gotta model
after
the behavior, right?
start,
We want to see in our kids. What you
they
say,
see
sis?
that. They see that, and they'll start doing it to each other, fighting. Because that's what they see. They think it's okay, so they end up fighting with each other all the time.
Yeah. Grow up thinking that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. What I'm not saying. They
Well,
need to have this conversation at 7 since they don't cook. pump the kids with fast food full of hormones. Yes. You ain't lying about that. You're not lying. Yeah. The food, the electronics, just the lack of structure and discipline, whether there's two parents in the home or not. Because a lot of parents that are two-parent households and there's no structure, no discipline, and everybody is just willy-nilly. So
they winging it.
Do more nigga
winging
shit.
it, yeah.
Do more nigga shit. Do more nigga shit. Yeah. Let's bring the niggas in. Let's bring the niggas in.
That clip kills me every time.
Yeah, when the children, become adults and they're not conducive to society, and it's always an issue. Like, hey, you got to reflect on what was going on those 18, 20 years. I'm just saying.
I think that a lot of us grow up in households to where it is no father, right? So when I'm out in the world, I feel like, well, my mama did it. She raised us by herself. So, I mean, I should be able to do the same thing. And as men, my daddy wasn't there, so I ain't got to necessarily be there. You see what I'm saying? But again, when you go out there and you have that mindset, you are already creating broken homes before you even get into it. A father is absolutely goddamn necessary in the household. You need that balance, bro. And that's like, it's not enough stock put in that. That's why a lot of dudes out here super emotional, ready to shoot somebody over an argument, ready to crash out over nothing because they didn't have that father in the household to keep them level-headed, to, hey, sit your ass down. Hey, this is how you process shit when you stressing and things like that. All they had was their mama. And a lot of times, women, I love y'all, but y'all could be a bit emotionally irrational. So if I'm a man and I'm growing up in that household, I'm going to be way more likely to replicate what I seen. Yeah. And that's what a lot of men are out here doing.
Yeah.
I detect no lies. Yep.
I mean, I'm the baby. I grew up with a lot of boys, and a stepfather who was raised by a woman. So I absolutely see a lot of that, Absolutely. I agree with it. What y'all think about that clip in the chat? Tom said, discipline and consistency is what Pops preached to me, like Mom Dukes and Big Mama rearing the Bible to us and sending us to church. Pops let you know that discipline and consistency is the key to life.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We live in a world where convenience is normal. Black Man Unfiltered is in the building, stopping by to say, my brother and sister.
Me and you in the house.
Yes, sir. Shout out to the fathers, present fathers.
Yes.
Y'all appreciate it. And the fathers who are not present, man, y'all, the ones who are watching this, take the lessons that you got out of it. Like living in the misery, the excuses, like the video hubby play, step forward if your father did this, step back if blah, blah, blah. All of us have all different circumstances, right? There's everything is subjective. Look at my cat. Excuse me, sir. Father.
Proper nephew.
Ain't like I'm still 5 years old, Ain't like I'm gonna be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's daddy coming home, Who needs him? Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil? Got through my first day without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. I ain't need him then and I don't need him now.
Will.
Nah, you know what, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm having a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids. How come he don't want me, man?
That always get me.
Damn, man, that was some real shit.
Yes. That's some real stuff right there.
Whew. Boy, oh boy. I mean, I had all of that. I felt all of that. I'm not even man. So it's different for the girl,
Yeah.
I had no daddy walk me down the aisle.
Right, yeah.
You know, he didn't come to no graduations, no. Did he come to a baby shower? Oh, he didn't. He needed a ride.
Yeah.
That shit crazy. Yeah, so you know, those were years of having to have that surface. So I think I heard somebody say today, you know, we all traumatized. Everybody's dealing with some shit. Like just because you go to counseling, don't make that shit go away. Gonna be
Exactly.
there forever. How you deal with it when it surfaces every time is what's gonna show character and growth and maturity.
It's how
And
you
change.
react to the
Absolutely.
memory.
But that right there, that's some real anger to hate. And then revert back to the need and the want and the yearning.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It's unique, man. Some scenes is very powerful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My brother BMU say, damn, damn, damn. Still feel it too.
And they turn their sons into adults. Fathers turn their daughters into ladies. And fathers turn their sons into men. The reason why moms turn their daughters into women and they turn their sons into adults. Fathers turn their daughters into ladies and fathers turn their sons into men. The reason why is because fathers instill chastity into his daughters, which then makes her a lady. The reason why is because fathers instill discipline and decisiveness and integrity into his son, which turns him into a man. Moms turn their daughters into women, and they turn their sons into adults.
Yeah,
The
it's
worst
always
parent
another
combo you
side.
can get is a dad who's not involved and a mom who's overly involved. And that's because it creates this weird form of like narcissism that you always have to be struggling with. Because you can think like dad essentially through his actions is saying, you're not very valuable. You don't have high worth. That's why I didn't stick around. And then mom is kind of elevating you to this place of specialness, this place of like, you're my whole world. And it almost feels like it sets this impossible bar, like this high standard that you need to achieve. So on one hand, you're low worth and don't matter. On the other hand, you matter so much. And that's so overwhelming for a kid. And that oscillation back and forth can turn into something like you're really confident on the outside, like you kind of come across a little maybe overconfident, maybe a little arrogant or grandiose, but then on the inside you have this paralyzing insecurity and imposter syndrome, like you just never feel good enough. And it's like, okay, well, which one is it? And the thing is, these are two different wounds. People think that that's just like, that's my insecurity or that's my ego. That's not true. It's two separate wounds that need to be healed separately. One wound is a mother who used her kid to fix her pain. And the other is a dad who went off to fix his pain and left behind his kid. The worst.
That's powerful right there.
That's deep. That's deep.
That is real deep.
Finding counsel and through the child, the mother does, and the father tries to go. Wow.
Yep. Ain't that something? Oh. That's a deep one, yeah.
It's unique, man.
Sit back, relax, and let yourself go. Don't sweat what you heard, but act like you know. Yes, yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Who got the vibe? It's the tribe, y'all. Tribe, real vibe, y'all. Vibe, y'all. Inside, outside, come around. Who's that?
Man. To be or not to be, with or without a father. You know, sitting here right on this panel, you know, you got one who had a day one dad and one who had a day 1, 2, 3 or 4 or 5. Very inconsistent father. I'm just saying, you know, I can laugh about it now, but I absolutely was that angry little girl. Ooh, child, I hated. I ain't even like being a girl. Because it was like, it was so much praise in the family, you know, we're going to have these kids until we have a girl and I'm here and you're gone.
Yeah.
It doesn't compute. You know, didn't make sense to me. So I was a little bitter, a little angry, a little surly. I didn't take it out on the world though. You know, I wanted to keep that blame with that man. It was just hard to figure it out to articulate it, you know.
Mhm.
And again, like I say, my husband, man, I give him a lot of praise for that. Shout out to you, man, for really keeping that window open, that having me to consider, just consider.
Brother.
I'm a day
real,
one
man,
daddy.
you know?
From the time I shot nut in her and she said she was pregnant, I been there. Nigga, if you been absent, you can't talk to me.
Gotcha.
Nigga, if you don't know what it's like to be a PTA dad, you can't talk to me. If you don't take the kids to the library after school instead of dropping, you can't talk to me, nigga. You can't talk to me, son. I don't know. I'm perfect attendance as a father. Proud in a motherfucker. And they don't know what it's like not to have their father. If your kids know what it's like not to be in your house with me, nigga, don't get online and say nothing to me.
I mean, he said what he said.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
That's crazy. To even like ask the kids, because you know,
Yeah.
we talk about everything. I'll reflect with them and ask them, how
Mhm.
would they even imagine? Could they even imagine not having their father, not having one, not having him around, for all that they had with him?
Exactly.
They cry. That shit makes them cry when I ask them that. Each one of them separately, different times, all of that.
Mhm.
Posing that question to them makes them cry. Because no, they cannot imagine.
And even at the stage of life my dad is in now, like I think about that.
Mhm.
Y'all gonna have to hold me because I can't imagine.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well,
where
you know,
I mean, I broke down with my mom passing, but it's a whole nother thing with my dad.
yeah. But we know it's the reality of life, right? With life comes death. We don't want it to. It's unexpected. We don't have no magic 8 ball to tell us when it's going to happen.
It's just
And a lot of
it's
times it's
a
unexpected.
thought of not having that person there no more. Oh, that's
Yes. Yeah.
it's a deep thing.
See, the problem when a father walks out of these dudes' lives is there's a
learn how to be a man if I have no man influence in my life? Or how do I learn how to be a man if I have no man influence in my life? Or how do I learn how to be a man if I have no man influence in my life?
See, the problem when a father walks out of these dudes' lives is there's a hole in his soul the shape of his father. Here's the deal, single mothers. Every boy is gonna emulate some man somewhere. He could be a good man or he could be a bad man. You got to hair up and get a good man in front of him. You don't have to be the one you dating. I ain't saying you got to go out and find the man that becomes his daddy and all this here. You just got to help get a young man pointed in his direction. And all you need is somebody older. Where you live?
South Central.
Who lives here in L.A.? Who gonna mention him?
You got my number.
Man pointed in his direction. And all you need is somebody older. Where you live?
South Central.
Who lives here in L.A.? Who gonna mention him?
You got my number.
Oh, you got all these men said they'll mentor you. They'll help you.
How do I learn?
All right.
Mentorship.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, again, like I said, just watching my brothers, man, they all found men to mentor, whether it was good or bad, you know, street hustlers to working men or whatever. They absolutely got under men that they may have admired, looked up to, all of that. They sought for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Church, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Something make them better. They had to figure it out on their own. It's
And
unique.
I think it is important for the women that are single, you know, that don't have the father in their children's lives or whatever. It is important that you do find that mentorship for
That's
the,
kind.
you know, that balance. I just think it's very selfish and unconscious parenting, not conscious parenting, but you're dead parenting. Whatever you want to say, it's like that you don't think about balancing out your child's life, their emotions, their mental state, their physical state, because you cannot do it all. You cannot provide it all for your child. I'm sorry, ma'am. No, you can't, because you don't even have all the tools to provide them everything that they need. So it's up to you as a mother to make sure that they have that balance in their life, whether it be through mentorship or another family member of the opposite sex. You have to do that if you want to raise well-rounded children. I mean, but you know, I don't know what you're talking about, you know.
Word. This has been unique, and I'm gonna keep diving in. This was a short one. I really didn't have much time to put it all together, but y'all know how I feel about fathers. I'm a fatherless one, so I know I missed out on a lot because towards the end, you know, he was actually a cool dude.
Right. Like, yo, you could have been here.
Cool cat. I'm just saying, you know, but when they don't have men to mentor under, you know, he didn't have a father of his own. And like I said, on his deathbed, to find out his purpose is to make sure we knew who he was. Like that's, I know my daddy. I wanted to make sure y'all knew who I was. So breaking the cycle a little more. And when I look at my brothers, most of my brothers are day one. They're day one fathers. They're very present in their kids' lives, you know, and that's something we all broke. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to most of the men I know, like all of them are present fathers. So I appreciate a lot of those breaking the cycles, because most of our generation didn't have them around for whatever reasons. You know what I mean? So I will always give a little consideration to the dynamic between the mother and the father. They're never just gonna believe everything the fucking mother say. I'm sorry, because you do a lot of lying, you know, and making shit look like in your favor. So, you know, put your big girl panties on. Be honest about the situation. Relationships didn't work out. Y'all ain't even like each other. Y'all was just doing the do, and it happened. You know what I mean? Like these stories really need to be honest, because children size and had these old fantastical ideas like y'all was just in love and it was, you know, Lady and the Tramp type shit, and it wasn't.
Exactly.
Keep lying like everybody's like you guys keep lying and lying and lying and lying and lying like people don't have the tape on you. At this point, it's just ridiculous.
Brother be having all the good clips, I swear.
Love it. That's right. He just be lying and lying and lying and child got the DNA and everything to prove it, and they'll still try to lie. Well, you gonna have to take the test again. Damn, lady. Jeez. Don't make no damn sense. You know, so shout out to the you know, quality parents who are trying to be better than what we had, what we saw. You know, it's all for the betterment of the children and the betterment for our society, right? Because if our children are better, our society will be better. I mean, shit. That's my logic behind it. I don't know. I could be wrong. The depressed society is gonna be just all screwed up. We all messed up. It's not cool. That ain't gonna work.
Indeed.
Goodness gracious. But y'all know how we do, sis. You know, I appreciate you pulling up and popping in. You got two sisters sitting up here with absolutely two different backgrounds when it comes to that father dynamic, that daddy dynamic. I've never even remember calling my father daddy, and sis she is daddy's girl. So, you know, we both smiling though. You know, I made it through. I needed a lot of support and direction and protection and provision and wisdom. So I appreciate that. I got a lot of that. I got a lot of that through my husband. And I used to tell him all the time, if my father was anything like you, which they both were cancers, I found that out very late. So, you know, he had the qualities to be a great guy. you know. Man, so rest in peace. Pop's too sweet. Yep, I appreciate sis for pulling up. And y'all know I appreciate y'all for pulling up and popping in with me each and every Shame Sunday. Y'all know we'll be back here Tuesday. We'll promote conscious parenting. Sis, you got anything coming up?
I think Friday.
Ooh, Friday.
Yeah, I think
I'll be on the
Friday.
lookout for lipstick vibes. Friday, something might be happening.
Damn, brother. You would need clips, brother.
I'm not gonna be confrontational with you. I'm gonna politely
Okay.
Oh, in a room full of clowns, man, I can't be part of the circus, man. When you entertain a clown, you become part of the circus.
Heard that,
Gone.
brother.
You can do that, man. I can go play my shit.
What, bro?
Okay, let's get down to the facts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm dripping red.
Knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was a sex fiend.
Shame. Shame.
Don't tell my
Shame.
daddy. Oh man, thanks, hubby, for pushing them buttons and making sure we stay on point. Goodness gracious, because you know it gets crazy out here. I hope y'all have a good week. 2024 is almost over. We are voting this week.
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah.
Good luck, people.
What to say about that? We ain't gonna talk politics tonight.
Nope.
But I'm sure y'all will. So shout out to y'all. Get your voting on and all that.
Double brother.
Nah. Shame, shame, shame. Goodness.
Like a lot of you motherfuckers.
Child, shame.
You go back in your past and you know your mama was a rotten bitch.
Yeah.
Okay?
That one.
Yeah.
Go back in your past, man.
I don't know. Her mother was foul though. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I know a lot of them.
He was from experience, baby.
Mm.
I don't think it's something else.
Lord have mercy. All right. Shout out to everybody who pulled up and pop in. Make sure you hit that like button, share the stream with anyone you think would appreciate this kind of content. We about to be monetized. Get them watch hours up. Y'all go in and go down that playlist. Help us with getting them watch hours together. We almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah. We ready to push out that good quality, original, creative content. 2025, y'all. 2025 is going down. We here for it. Cerebral Saturday, Shame Sunday, promote conscious parenting with the Harrises on Tuesday. Y'all pull up and pop in. Let them know we outside. Let them know we outside.
We outside.
Tribe Bob. Let them know.
Okay.
Let them know, and we will see you shortly. Y'all know how we do. Please be kind to somebody besides yourself, because it's when true character shines through. And we need a little bit more kindness, man. The holidays is here, man. Be kind to somebody, man. Buy a homeless. Buy them some food. Feed somebody. Jeez. Goodness gracious. I be making my baby cry because I be feeding people. Let's end with some kindness.
No. Come, enjoy. Yes, come. Come, please, have a seat. Yes, come. Have a seat. Eat. Yes, eat. Yes. You like it?
For sure.
Hungry?
Wow.
Is it nice?
So nice.
Okay. Keep eating.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. One drink.
Mm-hmm.
You want to order for you something?
No, I'm good.
No, really?
Yeah. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Really?
نعمل المقلب هناك ها. هذه الكاميرا. هذه الكاميرا. Bro, she shocked me. She was like, she offered me food. Yeah, she invited me, bro.
انت مو جوعان؟
لا أنا مقلب هو. I do prank. لا صدق والله. مقلب على وين الكاميرا.
In the comments in there, it says, please don't do this in New York City. The outcomes may be drastic. It will not be the same outcome with the homeless people. I feed a lot of the homeless. I don't know. They're not threatening, or maybe I just choose to not entertain anyone who looks really threatening. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you can tell who's really in need, who's like just wanting some money to get some drugs and whatever. If someone's hungry, they ain't gonna turn down some food. You know, be kind to somebody besides yourself, because that's when true character shines through. For real. Our kids need to see that. You can't be a bitch behind closed doors and go outside and be kind of kind. Like, your kids are gonna see through that. It's horrible for children to have to deal with that kind of shit. So I'm just saying, that's what y'all be doing. Y'all mean bitches at home.
Goddamn.
Act nice to the teacher. Act nice to the person on the phone. You act nice at work. You act nice. Let's be nice for real. Y'all have a good night. Get some rest.
Okay.
Because it's really midnight. I'm just saying, like,
Shame.
you know.
Shame.
Have a productive, creative, and positive week. Okay, the holidays are coming, y'all. Peace.
Sit back, relax, and let yourself go. Don't sweat what you heard, but act like you know. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Who got the vibe? It's the tribe, y'all. Tribe, y'all. Live, y'all. Inside, outside, come around. Who's that?
Consciousness is rising.
Take 2 steps forward if you grew up with your father in your household. Take 2 steps forward if you grew up with your father actively involved in your life. Take 1 step forward if your father provided emotional support. Take 1 step forward if your father supported your educational or career aspirations. Take 2 steps backward if your father created a toxic environment at home. Take 2 steps backwards if you had to be the man of the house. Take 2 steps backwards if your father's actions negatively impacted your sense of self-worth. Take a step forward if you could call your father right now. Take a step forward if your father demonstrated love and affection continuously. Take a step forward if you had regular, meaningful conversations with your father. Take a step forward if your father provided emotional support and guidance. Take a step backward if you felt neglected or ignored by your father.
If you just look around, you'll just see how each of us had different relationships with our father. And
Shame. 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 Shame.